Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Four very important topics for this video. One, the Russians destroy 3 HIMARS launchers, not rockets, launchers, the ones that launched the missiles, obviously. That's the first one. The second one, Putin declares the Kursk offensive of whomever invaded Russia, which is NATO, with the blood of the Ukrainians and some mercenaries. Volunteers. He decrees that, or at least he claims it's over. So he stopped it, and now he's going to hunt the bandits. The other topic that we have here, Russia claims it's advancing by kilometers in Donetsk Oblast. That means they're advancing fast. I'll give you some details on that one. And obviously the weasels, the vassal state of Romania, agreed, as I said, to just donate its only Patriot air defense system to Ukraine. Why? Because the boss told them so. So see, Romania right now is unarmed and not protected. But hey, don't worry, you know what's going to happen? The Romanian government will get some loans, I don't know, from some international banking systems, banks, whatever they are, and they will buy more Patriot systems from where? I don't know, maybe Raytheon, maybe Lockheed Martin, I don't know who makes those things. But anyway, you see how the things goes? And who's going to pay for those loans? You, the Romanians. As we, the Americans, pay for our garbage. Why? Because our garbage being the billions given to those guys over there in order to destroy the evil Putin and the rest of those guys in his domain. So let's start with the first topic, which is from Reuters. Putin says Russia advancing fast by kilometers in eastern Ukraine. September 2nd, 2024. Russian forces are advancing faster in eastern Ukraine than they have done for a long time, taking several square kilometers per day, President Putin said on Monday as Moscow's forces tried to smash through a major Ukrainian defense line. It's Russia's forces, it's not Moscow, but hey, they make it that way. Russian forces, which control 18% of Ukraine, have been advancing in eastern Ukraine since the failure of Kiev's 2023 counteroffensive to achieve a major breakthrough. Despite a major Ukrainian incursion in Russia's Kursk region that began on August 6th, the numerically stronger Russian army they can have 30 million people if they order a general mobilization. 30 million. So what are we talking about? Has in recent weeks been thrusting relatively swiftly through settlements in eastern Ukraine on the approach to the strategically important city of Pokrovsk. And I'm quoting, "We have not had such a pace in the offensive in Donbas region for a long time," end quote. Putin told children in secondary school, Tuva, about 4,500 kilometers east of Moscow. Why? Because he's going to go to Mongolia and to have a state visit tomorrow. Now, and I'm quoting, "We are not talking about moving 200 or 300 meters, which is 660 or 1,000 feet forward. The Russian armed forces are already bringing territories under control not by 200 meters, but by square kilometers." All right, so that's what he said. And let's see what he says about the Kursk offensive. Again, from today, Russia Today. Ukraine's Kursk gambit failed, Putin says. Moscow will deal with the, quote-unquote, Ukrainian bandits who tried to destabilize the region, the Russian president says. It's not Ukrainian bandits, that's this much. I think the rest is someone else who controls the so-called Ukrainian bandits. I mean, you have the handgun, you put it right here, and you have the bandit here. The handgun could be used to protect someone or to rob someone, to commit a crime or to do something fantastic. So it depends on this guy. Now, this guy is not the Ukrainian bandit. I think he's someone else bandit through this bandit, Shmihal, what's his name, Yermak, and Zelensky style, obviously, and then you have the gun, which is the Ukrainian nation. And the Ukrainian nation will be destroyed. This guy, together with this guy, will run. And they say, okay, another one. Let's take this gun right now. Could be Poland, could be the Baltic states, could be Romania. Poland is way ahead of everybody. They want to be smacked pretty soon, and they will be. Why? They supposedly want, and they're pushing it. You can see it. I have another video today about this. They are pushing to shoot down Russian missiles or drones over Ukraine. And the Russians told them, we will hit you inside your country if you do that. And the Poles will ask their boss, the same boss, what should we do? And the boss says, go on, go on. And the Polish people, even the patriots, they have to understand that's a suicidal mission. But hey, patriotism sometimes, gets you too pumped and ready to go. And then when you get knocked out or you see your family being knocked out, what do? Instead of blaming yourself for listening to those guys and doing their dirty business, you're going to blame the other guys who punch you in the nose because you provoked and tried to fight them. Or maybe you think you're going to win against Russia. All right. I think some of them really believe that. So let's see. Ukraine's incursion into Russia's Kursk region has failed to achieve its intended goal of halting the advance of Moscow's forces in Donbass, Putin said Monday. And this is what he said. The same thing. The Russian armed forces are taking control. The president added that Kiev's provocation in Kursk region, now to be straight, that's not a provocation. Now, the Ukrainians, however you want to take it, Ukrainians, you got on our territory. What do you think? I'm not going to come in your territory? I will come in your territory. So it's a provocation. You can, claim that you do it because of these good things, but we are in a war. You punch me, I will punch you back. You kick me in the balls, I will poke you in the eye. So it's going to happen. Would inevitably fail, and that Moscow would, and I'm quoting, deal with the Ukrainian bandits who have entered Russian territory with the aim of destabilizing the situation at the border. Well, I'm quoting here. However, the president noted that the Ukrainian leadership was likely not interested in entering the fighting, given that it would have to hold new presidential elections as soon as martial law is not interested in ending the fighting. Martial law in the country was lifted, and he thinks, I think erroneously, that the Ukrainians will be allowed to change Zelensky Stein and put, Bronstein or, Stoltenberg or Kosman in place. Yeah, did anybody say Kosman? I don't belong, just so you know. You want to verify? Right here. Yeah, no verification. All right, just take my word. The current authorities, I'm quoting, are clearly not ready for this. They have little chance of being re-elected if the elections are fair, right, and free. Putin said, and I'm quoting, that is why they're not interested in ending the fighting. That is why they try to carry out this provocation in Kursk region, and before when they tried to carry out the same operation in Belgorod region. Well, we'll see what's going on. Next topic, the weasels, right there. These guys are under occupation big time. Now, however you want to turn it and twist it, if you have someone else's military or some others, or more than one military on your territory, supposedly defending you from someone, from a boogeyman or a real threat, and they're over there sitting, I was debating between sitting on your territory, don't you think that those guys will have a say in your political direction? Besides, you have the president and others who are already on the agency's payroll. I'm just kidding. But Romania acts exactly how the owner wants. Romania would never cross anybody from the West, unless you consider Hungary the West, and they get a signal, pack, you got it, and the Romanians will be, okay, Hungary bad. Why? Because they told me so. So I said this before, Romania will do anything, what those guys, the Al Capone will tell them. If Al Capone tells the Romanians to shoot Russian missiles over whatever they tell them over Ukraine or Moldova, they will do it. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you 99.9%. I don't go 100%. And they will twist it in a certain way that we were under attack, we, the Romanians, were under attack, or, saving democracy and so on. The boss will be behind us. After those guys going to obliterate Romania, they don't live here. We don't live there. We're going to be like, whoop, go back to where? Go back to, let's say, Croatia, go back to Kosovo, to Bulgaria, to Czech Republic, to Poland. That's where we're going to go back or stay there. And you're going to be obliterated. And we're going to help you. My friends, always the big dogs use the little hyenas, like in the movie, how's that? Lion King with Simba and Scar. I always like Scar because he had flair and his nobility in him. The other one was like a... All right, so like a puppy. So Scar had the hyenas. So in this case, it's Scar fighting Simba, the two lions, right? But no, one of them fights with the hyenas, So what do you think this guy's going to do? He's going to attack you eventually. He's going to destroy all your hyenas, and you intervene is going to be direct. But somehow the big lion, which is the United States of America, doesn't want to be punched back. Why is that? Because we're strong? No, because we're smart. That's how this guy, we're smart. Well, just turn the tables and see if you would like that kind of smartness, whatever, from your enemy. And you're going to call it the way it is. You're a fucking weasel. But if I do it, aren't we smart, man? Are we sneaky here? The same, Romania is doing the bidding. I said this and I will say it again. They will do everything Al Capone tells them. And the European Union from Al Capone. Romanian government approves draft law to give Patriot defense system to Ukraine. Romania's coalition government approved a draft law on Monday enabling the donation of a Patriot missile defense system to Ukraine and sent it to parliamentary for a final vote. You see, we have coalitions all over the place. And we have two-party system. It's also a coalition in the United States of America. Let's put it this way. It's a coalition of two parties. It's going to be one. Why do you have coalitions? Oh, because you can't secure the, a majority of one party. Why can't you? No, somehow your message cannot get 51%. I tell you why. Because if you have, let's say, 80%, like the Russians got, right? Let's say 80% or 60% or 70%, you are having the political power in one hand right here. You don't need hands that could be bribed, pushed, and blackmailed by Al Capone and other NGOs in your country. And the mass media that is the fifth column in your country. So that's the way it is, my friends. That's why you have coalitions. In coalitions, you have 5. Now, let's say the main party who has, let's say, 30%, or let's say Great Britain, 18 or 19, Starmer's party. Starmer, your prime minister, elected, no, appointed. Why? Because his party, 18%. That's how much his party got. So you got your prime minister with a guy with 18, 19% of the electorate, 19. But hey, the will of the people. No, you should have 51%. If you don't have 51%, you are a minority with a guy over there. No, anyway, you have a coalition of 5. Now, if this party, the main one with 20-some, and the other ones are, let's say, 15, 12, 10, whatever they are, and make more than 51. This guy wants the main one. We're going to get this direction. We're going to join the Russians. The American and everybody else will have enough chances, 4 chances to bribe, blackmail, threaten, and so on, change things in all these 4 parties in order to destroy this one. Because, 15, or let's say 12, is going to be more than you got over here, 18. You understand? So they give themselves always more chances to destroy whomever gets the country in the wrong direction. That's when you find out coalition in Germany, coalition in Great Britain, coalition in France. The United States is a coalition already because you have the same party, Uniparty, but one is called Tom Jones and the other one is called Tom Jones 2 or Shirley Bassey, both Welsh. Anyway, they have the same masters, friends, campaign donors. So let's go back here with these weasels. Here, Bucharest, Romania's coalition government approved the draft on Monday, enabling the donation of a Patriot system, defense system to Ukraine and send it to Parliament for a final vote. Guaranteed is going to happen. Romania, a NATO member since 2004, shares 650 kilometers, 400 miles border with Ukraine and has the Russian drone fragments stray into its territory repeatedly as Moscow attacks Ukraine's ports just across the Danube River border. Yeah, but doesn't Ukraine have Romanian territory in their territory? Yeah. Yeah, they have part of the Bukovina, the northern part, and part of the Basarabia, the southern part of Basarabia. So, why don't they give us back? And they have the serpents, the Snake Island in the Black Sea. Are you going to give us back? Oh, he said no. No, we're not going to ask for it. Just look in history how the Romanians, with no authority, who gave the first the Snake Island to the Soviet Union? Anna Pauker, Jewish anyway, but read about that. She just gave it to them, like that, pack. She did not have the power to do it. Then you have Emil Constantinescu, a garbage president, obviously. He said the same thing, he did the same thing. We have no pretensions, you can take after 1991. After the revolution, after we became free and we got accaparated by these guys. He just gave it, said, signed with Ukraine, that's yours. It was not in his capacity. That is Romanian territory. He doesn't have the authority to give it away. Look into that. He did not have the authority, but he did it. Anybody question that? No, because he was supposed to. So when Romania is going to ask for its territories back, then, you realize that Romania is not Al Capone's batch. But until then, we have a border, we have fragments, we have this. Let me show you the map so you understand, if you don't, how much territory Romania has over there. So this is Ukraine in the current state right there. This is the vassal state of Romania. This is Moldova. This is the territory that's occupied by Ukraine and belongs to Ukraine, given by Stalin to Ukraine. This is Moldova that was taken by Stalin. Moldova being Basarabia. Moldova is like this big, just so you know. Right? And this is called the province of Basarabia, if you want. This was taken by Stalin and created as a buffer nothingness, and then a transfer of population here, so you dilute the Romanians over here, so you have 50-50 now. I don't know, whatever else we got over there. And this is the northern part of Bukovina, because Bukovina is like this big. And this is the northern part taken by Stalin, all right, in 1940, through an ultimatum allowed by the free world, with the acceptance of Germany, who stabbed us first in the back, and then we stabbed them in the 23rd of August 1944. No, you did first. You didn't have any problems with the Soviet Union, Stalin taking all this right here from Romania. So you stabbed us first, so shut the fuck up. Anyway, so here it is. When we are gonna have this back, so the gangsters in Bucharest can rule over this like a mafia territory, then we're gonna defend you from the evil Russians. Remember, do not conflate Soviet Union with Russia, dear Romanians. Russians are Russians, Soviet Union is Soviet Union. The Romanians were made to hate the Russians, not the Soviet. You know why? Because in the Soviet Union they will find other people that are non-Russians. And that's very politically incorrect to notice that there's going to be some Zelensky Steins, some Stoltenberg, some Bormann, or things like this. In like Trotsky, Kaganovich, Yogoda, Beria, those guys. Beria was something else. But nevertheless, other people that are, even Lenin, Stalin, these guys were non-Russians. You don't mention that. That's why they conflated Soviet Union. You get, if you want, Khrushchev. Khrushchev was half Ukrainian, if I remember correctly. Khrushchev gave Crimea, just like this, to whom? To Ukraine. My friends, do not do that. Now, if you want to go to the Tsarist Russia, that's a different story. But the crimes occurred from 1918 to 1960. Right? That's when it occurred. And in charge were non-Russians. It was Lenin, Stalin, and so on, his clique. And then it was Khrushchev since 1963, after Stalin just died. What was Stalin's doctor's name? What was she? Go and check it out. Anyway, so this is with the Romanian weasels, and that gets me to the last article. Russia today, I don't want to do that because these guys are going to have problems with us. But I can't. All right, there. Boom. All right, here it is. I will make another video and I will post the direct attacks on the HIMARS. Not in this video. September 2nd, 2024, US-made HIMARS systems, plural, destroyed in Ukraine, Ministry of Defense. The Russian military took out 3 rocket launchers in bordering Sumy region, the ministry reports. Sumy region. Sumy region is right here. This is Sumy region. This is where is Kursk. So in this area. So these guys mobilize their garbage here to destroy the other garbage here. So these guys are fighting across this little border and they are destroying one another. So in Sumy, this is where that happened, according to the Russians. The Russian military has identified and destroyed 3 US-made HIMARS multiple rocket launchers and several accompanying vehicles deployed by Ukrainian forces in Sumy region at the country's border. The defense minister in Moscow announced on Monday, yes. Sumy borders, we all that, buffer zone. They want the Russian military released a video showing what it described as disguised firing positions of the donated mobile rocket systems near the village of Osoevka and Glibnoye. There is a location on the road that connects two settlements. That's going to be for the next video where I'm going to have this videos posted. Why? Because if I posted them in this video, this YouTube, the lovers of freedom of speech, they will do something with the entire video that I made with all the other 3 topics. So I avoid that. Therefore, I will just provide you with the videos, another video, and see what happens with the other one. All right? It's a calculated risk. Why? Because freedom of speech is controlled by the gatekeepers of the freedom of speech. Why? Because this is a newspaper. This is not a platform. You know, in a platform, they should not be responsible for my posting, but hey, they care. That's what they protect. Now, be kind. Don't be truthful. Be kind. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong. Stay smart. Look for the truth, and boom, be just. That's final. Be just. Distribute justice. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart. Look for the truth and be just. See you later.